Thank you so much for attending the demo once again. This is Zeke, your dedicated product engineer, and today we're going to discuss more about the mobile device management. So, first one is about the supported mobile device platforms. So, the first one we discussed about the endpoint management. But this time, I'm not really sure if you still remember, but these are the iOS versions and Android version that we support for the ITSM platform. Okay. So another thing, I'm pretty sure that we've discussed this when I started the ITSM demo, is about the APN certificate. So if you're enrolling an iOS device, you got to make sure that your APN certificate is properly configured in here. Okay, so in my case, it has already been configured, so I already have my certificate details. But if you haven't been able to set this up yet, there's going to be a list of instruction, a very easy list of instruction that you gotta have to do. So the first one there is to go to Apple website, log in there, get the PEM file, upload the PEM file right here, and then generate your certificate. Okay, so once you have your certificate uploaded here in the ITSM portal, uh, for every enrollment agent that you will generate for iOS and Mac OS X machine, it will always have the APN certificate attached to it. So that way, it will allow us to do all the commands that we have or all the functionalities that we have for OS X and iOS machines. Okay, so yeah, of course, we're going to discuss the device management features. So we have what we call the device controls and the device properties, like this for Windows. These are the device controls on top, and these are the device properties at the bottom. All right. I don't have any Android or iOS device enrolled right here, but I pulled up here the help guide to show you what are the available um, device controls and properties we have here. So this one is for Android. The very first one is manage profile. You know what it does? It allows you to apply or attach a profile to this specific machine. Then we have siren off and on. So yeah, it's very straightforward. Basically, it just lets you create a loud sound out of the mobile device. So you can alert the user, or maybe you can identify if the smartphone is still around the area. Okay, and then send a message. So this send message option is not just by it is not by sending an email or sending an SMS message. This is going to pop up to the ITSM agent directly, or to the ITSM application. Okay, but of course there's going to be a notification, and then they'll be able to read what your message is. And this send message option is something that we have in iOS as well. So we have it for Android and iOS. The siren on or off, it is for Android devices only. Okay. And then we have the refresh information, which is available for everyone, for any device platform. So you know what it do? It actually tries to get all the information that it got here in the properties section. Okay. Then the wipe or corporate. So this wipe or corporate is equivalent to the full wipe, and this is applicable for Android, iOS, or Mac OS X machines. Okay. So yeah, this basically is going to wipe out everything. So it's like a factory reset. So yeah, that's just basically what it is doing. And then it's going to, of course, reinstall the operating system afterwards. Okay. Then the reset screen passcode and set screen passcode and lock. So It's this one, which is applicable for Android, iOS, or Mac OS. So if ever you lost your device, whether it's a smartphone or a laptop with Mac OS in it, you can set you can lock it. You can set a new screen passcode, or just reset the screen passcode. So this one is actually applicable or helpful for the sneak peek feature, which I'm going to discuss later. Okay. Then we have the delete device, which is applicable for everyone. And yeah, that's just basically about it. So the others like owner, that's straightforward. I've discussed this before. This is just about changing the ownership, in which owner or the company where this device belongs, and the ownership type if it's a corporate or a personal device. Okay. All right. So next, now we're going to talk about the properties. So the device name is just the same with Windows, where you can put your own custom device name instead of getting the local device name. All right. And then the summary shows the information. Installed apps is going to display the details of the application installed on the device. And then the associated profiles, it's just the same with Windows, shows you which profile is currently associated with it. Sneak peek display pictures captured by the front face camera if someone tries to access your device without the correct passcode. So that's why we have the lock set screen and reset screen passcode. So if ever you lost your phone, you can just set the screen passcode, give a new one to make sure that whoever got your phone doesn't know the correct password. And then once they try to log in with an incorrect passcode, it's going to automatically capture the front face camera, and the photo will be uploaded here. Okay, so that's the sneak peek. Then the last known location. So of course, this is going to show you the actual location of the device. So what you will see there is a map where the actual device is, and there's an option for you to enable the GPS tracker, so it can give you the accurate location where it is right now. Okay. And then we of course have the groups. It's the same as what we have in Windows. So it will just tell you in which group this device is applied, like this one. Okay. So again, we discussed about the default grouping. So you can also apply a custom group. Yeah. So basically, this is just about group management. All right. So yep, that's for the device controls and the device properties for mobile devices. Um, we're going now to the applications. So we actually have an integrated Apple Store and Android Store right here. Okay, so for the iOS Store, of course, this is the Apple Store, an integrated Apple Store. So you just have to search for the name of the application that you would want to deploy right here. Okay, so let's say Skype. And then if you notice, it automatically populated the version, the iTunes Store ID, application ID, and things like that. Okay, you can also select this application as a mandatory app, allow the backup of the app data, remove app when the device management profile is removed, and remove from device when removed from the app catalog. All right. So yep, you will see here as well if, for example, this one, the ITSM is mandatory. When it is mandatory and you inform your devices, it will install the application without any questions from the actual user. Okay, but if it's not mandatory, it's just going to give the user a notification that this application is ready for deployment. and they have the option to install it or not. Okay. All right. And the enterprise location. So basically, you can just have a PKJ or PKG application downloaded to your smartphone, and then you can add an enterprise application. Just have to type in the name and things like that, and then you will just have to browse for the source file. So yeah, sorry, we're talking about iOS here, so it is looking for the IPA file. PKG is for the Android. Okay, so since I'm adding an iOS enterprise application, meaning if you have homegrown application, you have an iOS developer, they created an application for you for iOS machine or iOS device, you just have to track down the source file right here and then name your application so you can deploy it to your iOS devices. Okay. And then again, inform devices now is what you need to apply this applications. This is your app catalog, by the way. So that's what it is talking about right here. This one. So if this, for example, this application Candy Crush has been removed from the device catalog, it is going to remove the application to the device right away. Okay. So it will also remove the app when device management profile is removed. Okay, so if this has been removed from the device management profile, then it will not also be installed, or it will be uninstalled, I mean. Alright, so the backup of the app data, that's pretty self-explanatory. Let me just cancel out this one. Actually, for the Android store, it's just the same concept. It's just, connecting to the actual Play Store server. So it's the same thing. If I search for Skype, it will give me the list of the available application here. All right, and then we'll automatically populate everything down here. Okay, and same goes for an enterprise place or Google application. All right, so this one doesn't have a specific version, so I cannot use this. It also depends on the application that you're downloading. Like for example, this one. Still doesn't have a version, so yeah, but if this is happening, this means that this is something that I cannot deploy. Okay, because it has an incomplete details. But yeah, about adding an enterprise application, you just have to do the same thing. Just select the source file. In this case, it's a it is a PK file for the Android, and then IPA for iOS. The PKG that I was talking about is for OS X. But we don't have like a Play Store or Apple Store for the OS X. This is only talking about iOS. All right. Okay. So next we move on the global list of the mobile applications. So it actually shows you the list of the Android and iOS applications that has been detected to your device list, right? I don't have any Android or iOS right here, but you will see applications here. So this was the applications that has been detected to the Android and iOS device that I enrolled here before. So you will see under the number of devices column, it's all 0, but they are still there. So meaning you can still see the history of the available applications that was installed to these smartphones. Okay. So yeah, basically what you can just do here is to blacklist or whitelist an application. So if ever that there's another Android device that comes in and they know that this is blacklisted, right? So if they try to install this, it is not going to allow it. Okay. All right. So yep. Let's just go here. Next we go now to the profiles. So we have a profile for iOS and for Android. So we're just going to have a brief discussion about the iOS and Android profile. And this is more on the settings that we already got from the actual operating system, like the restrictions. So this is for the Android. You can allow turn off background sync, allow Bluetooth, allow camera, allow unencrypted devices, and things like that. You can also put a passcode. Okay, so actually this is a passcode setting. So in the device controls, you will have there the option to set a new passcode. So you can set the options that you have for the passcode, like the minimum passcode length, that requires some kind of password, letters, numbers, and special symbol, something like that, right? And the antivirus settings. Why do we have an antivirus settings for Android? Because we actually have a standard antivirus that we can deploy, or actually it's pre-deployed for Android devices. Okay. And we actually have more profile sections here. It is more about these restrictions, like the Bluetooth restriction, browser restriction, the certificate, the email settings, active sync settings, and so on. Right, so you can explore all these other profile sections. Same goes for the iOS. So we also have restrictions. You can allow app installation, allow app uninstall, allow use of the iMessage. We actually have a lot of settings right here. So that's why we cannot actually go to each one of this. But we always have the help guide right here to give you an understanding about what it does. Okay. And we also have settings for the passcode. So if you reset the passcode for your iOS device, and unfortunately we don't have an antivirus for iOS. We only have it in Android and Mac OS X. Okay. We also have all other settings here for AirPlay, AirPrint, APN, calendar, cellular network, certificate, and as you can see, obviously, it has a lot to offer than what we have in the Android. Okay, because there's really a lot of settings that you can mess around with an iOS device. Okay, all right. So that's pretty much all the controls that you have for mobile device. Again, just to give you a quick summary, you can see all the controls that we have right here. You can turn the siren on or off. You can send a message. You can do a factory reset. You can set this new screen passcode, reset or lock, and you can also secure your Android device by looking or by checking the sneak peek property if ever you lost your smartphone. So you will be able to see the photo uploaded here if someone tries to access your phone without the correct passcode. Then the last known location, gives you an idea where it was last seen, and you can also again force the GPS to track down where the accurate location of your device. Then the Apple Store and the Play Store. All right, so yeah, basically you just have that built-in Apple Store and Play Store in ITSM. Then your global list of your mobile application where you can do your blacklist and whitelist. And then your profile configuration for iOS and Android. Right, so that's pretty much for the mobile device management. If ever that you have any question, just let us know. And yeah, our next demo will be about the advanced endpoint protection. Thank you so much again for listening, and have a nice day.